Forgot to include the stats at the beginning of the video, but you can see him here. Soul 66 plus 8. He was plus 6, I believe, at the time of making the video, and things have changed since then. But these are the weapons. Everything's going to be crystal infused or a boss weapon, because that's also the simple infused shield because of FP regen. But his whole thing is he's an int build. Gotta love that door noise. And these are all the weapons he has to choose from. Like I said, I've changed the stats since then, and Lothric Knight Longspear for poise. So.
Alright. Howdy, my name's Oreo Hummus, I guess, because that's every other username I have on every other account I've ever owned. Don't ask how or why. It wasn't a very smart decision that I made as a teenager. I'm looking to make a video about this character. His name's Udex Duval, much in the style of old boy Saint Riot, who heavily inspired both me to invade in Dark Souls 3, something that I was never particularly interested in until earlier this year, 2020, year of our Lord, the end of the world. Yeah, so this is Udex Duval. I'll put a screenshot of his stats at the beginning of this video, either before I start talking or now. I made him because I really hate gank wizards. I really hate those assholes who have a court sorcerer's staff glass cannon build using the Dusk Crown Mage Ears, spamming Crystal Soul Spear from off screen while you try to deal with a host and his 2 Sunbro bodyguards. Shit's the fucking worst. So I made a nice tanky boy who deals magic damage. Int is his main damage stat, but you'll notice he only has 1 spell, and that's because Knight starting class forces you to have attunement. Right now you can see he's using the Moonlight Greatsword, but usually he uses the Greatsword of Judgment for flavor, because he's a judge for people who like to play wizards in this game, because I believe that wizards require little to no skill. You can disagree with that if you want. Doesn't mean you're right, doesn't mean I'm wrong. But I chose this clip because I have like a fucking 30-minute clip of me just running around doing hide-and-seek invasions on like probably the same dude. I don't actually bother to check. I should pay attention while I'm watching this playback while I voice over it. But yeah, there were a bunch of hide-and-seek invasions. I don't think I ever found any of the hosts. I remember later on the day that this clip was saved, I went back and found the host. And he was hiding down that ramp that I just walked by, behind the pillar, laying down right next to the little lip where you fall onto it if you're going up that ramp to get to wherever you're trying to get to get up to the Silver Knights. But that's not in this clip, and neither here nor there. So over the course of all of these hide-and-seek invasions I was doing, I kept running into the same Aldrich Faithful. A gank wizard, only working for the invaders, I guess. And he ganked me. He killed me in a 2v1 with his other Aldrich Faithful buddy. Like 3 fucking times. It hurt my feelings, especially since my whole thing is that I'm a pretty adept wizard killer, and every time I got a chance to even deal damage to the dude, I hit him like a fucking truck. Like I was putting the hurt on this dude. And every time he just narrowly escaped and then chugged Estus while his Aldrich Faithful backup came and gave me some good R1s and then spammed another Crystal Soul Spear at me. I wish that there was a way that I could do this voiceover and keep some of what I said in this video, because I don't remember what I said in this video, but in order for me to maintain my train of thought or focus, if there is such a thing, I had to mute the audio from the video, and also it's a lot more rambly. Anyway, so while you see me run around helplessly trying to find hosts who will never be found, I would like you to pay attention to some things, and also the tragic tale that is me trying to kill this fucking piece of shit Mago del Destino. I'll trim out this part. Just keep rolling, 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 rolling. I guess since not a lot's going to be happening in this video, I should take some time to introduce myself as an entity, although that'll be hard because frankly I don't know much about myself. I've been playing Dark Souls since 2016 when the game came out. I've been playing it online for the last 2 or 3 years. I have been playing it to the extent that I've been doing PvP for the last 2 years. I started when I found Chase the Bros channel. And I hate to admit that, no disrespect, I guess, to Chase the Bro. He's a very talented PvPer in the Souls series, but just a lot about him rubs me the wrong way. His anime girl thumbnails and his... Nothing against people who like anime, but like his just weeb nature. Like sometimes he speaks in a caricature of a Japanese accent, unironically, or I guess semi-ironically, but it's there, and it's at best uncomfortable, at worst slightly racist. And did I mention the anime girl thumbnails? God, that shit irks me. But, you know, some years ago, look at this guy, fucking quitter. Some years ago I found his YouTube channel, and I've always been really into faith builds in this game, and trying to make a faith build work, just in general, because I think lightning's cool. And it is, lightning's very cool. But, oh, damn, okay. I just had my stats pulled up for a second. If I hadn't put the stats in the video by then, pause it there and read them. But yeah, some years ago I found Chase the Bros channel. Specifically, I found a YouTube video of his where he was running a faith build. And that got me into, you know, Dark Souls PvP. I had a character who at the time was a pyro. I went and respec'd to be a faith build at soul level like 130 something. Alright, there's the first wizard. They're like not a real gank wizard because they don't have the ears. And they're also not immediately trying to shoot me. But that'll change. They're the backup. There's Mago. So there's this guy. And look at that. Boom. Second he sees me, Crystal Soul Spear. And look at that. Another fucking pew pew. I'm gonna cast my magics at you. And damn, that wizard surviving on a sliver of health. And now I'm out of stamina. Foolish. And like, yeah, whatever, you get killed by some Aldrich Faithful, you didn't deserve it, you're all looking for the host. This guy points down at me. Fuck you, Mago del Destino. You didn't even do anything. You just stood there and you cast your pew. Pew! Pew! I'm gonna cast my magics at you. I'm so good at the game. Point down, and yeah, I get it, guys. Like, point down means nothing. It's just a game. But fuck this guy. Holy shit, fuck this guy. Love to run into him in a 1v1. Back to the point. So, yeah, I took my pyromancer. His name was Hot Bitch because he was a hot bitch. I respect him to be a faith build, and fucking genius me started dueling in the arena with Onigiri and Ubadachi, and faith spells, trying to bait people into trading with a sunlight spear to the face. It worked about half the time. And then I didn't come back to this game for a while. And then earlier this year, 2020, I stumbled upon Saint Riot's YouTube channel. And he's got that whole Learn to Invade playlist and the My War Invasions playlist, and then just like a million other fantastic videos about invasions. They're all almost always about invasions. Talking about making use out of the composite bow, which everyone's always like, oh, bow users are trash, you know, fuck anyone who uses a bow in invasions. And then like, there's Saint using bow in invasions and coming out on top for it because he's not an idiot and he's not just only trying to use the bow, he's using it tactically. And since then, I've gotten a fair few. This is the second hide-and-seek invasion. Mago shows up pretty early in this one. And then there's Chubbub or something. I forget his username. Well, I guess I shouldn't be showing people's or saying people's usernames. It's like private or whatever, except not really, because I was able to find out. Not trying to oust anyone. Is oust the right word here? I'm not trying to out anyone. I'm not trying to hashtag expose anybody except Mago Dell'Destino. That guy can suck a fat one. He's about to show up. And this guy's cool. Like, see, he's not trying to gank me. We're going to go look for the host together, and there's fucking Mago. And, like, yeah, I get it. I started it. But, like, Mago started it. You know? Like, Chubb wasn't there for the first one. He doesn't know what the fuck happened. Ooh, look at that fucking laser beam. 521 damage. 654 damage on 2 swings. And this guy just won't stop. Like, props to you for having your invader buddies back, you know, solidarity and shit, but like, you can see that I have no interest in fighting you. I was cool with you from the start. I think I DM'd that guy after the fact, and then plunging attack, wow. Points down. How'd you get so good at the game, Mago? How'd you get so good at this game? What was I saying? I found St. Riot's channel. He's a fantastic teacher / invader. I wish he was my dad. I don't want to sound obsessed. Oh, right, I was talking about how I don't want to like out or hashtag expose anyone. I'm talking about whether or not I should show or say people's usernames. I've decided that I don't care. If there's any repercussions on that because of that decision, then I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, I guess. Also, I've gotten better at playing the game and invading since I made Udex Duval. I don't know if I've said his full name. That's this character's name. So any footage I have of him in the future will hopefully not reflect, you know, my current skill in the game. I didn't really understand spacing too well. Saint Riot technically helped me learn spacing by pointing me in the direction of Scott Jund or Scott Yund. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I think his username's damnohtml, or maybe it's just Scott Yund on YouTube. I don't know. But I found a video of his that gave me the rundown on spacing, and you know, for anyone watching this video who's curious about spacing, and then there's this guy, he remembers me. I wish I hadn't started the duel that I had with him, because Mago is going to show up, like, in this one, I'm going to get into a duel with Chubb, and then Mago is going to show up, like, 10 seconds later, and I'm going to try and call off the duel to go fuck up Mago, because holy shit, fuck that guy, and the guy is just not going to get it, and he's going to keep ganking me with Mago. And, like, maybe it would have played differently if I had chosen to finish that 1v1 and hopefully kill him, and then go fuck on Mago. But I was also more here for the host than anything else, and if I killed both of them, I'm pretty sure that would have gotten me my vertebra shackle. But yeah, for anyone who's, you know, curious or would like to know how to use spacing effectively in this game, who's new to the PvP Um, go check out Scott Young's channel. Just look it up on YouTube. It should show you, and then look through his YouTube videos to try to find the one about the basics of spacing. And he'll tell you everything you need to know, but the biggest thing is like you're just gonna have to go out there and do it and see what works. Every weapon has, you know, a different effective range. Not only like with the weapon's hitbox, but also like how far your character steps forward on a swing. Sometimes like with curved swords, you just take like a kind of half step. But like with the mace, the first R1 is like you fucking lunge. But where are these hosts hiding? I would love to know. ADD much? So, yeah. Talking about my I guess my Dark Souls career, who I am as a person, and how that pertains to me wanting to make YouTube videos. So Dark Souls 3 was not my first Souls game. It was Bloodborne first. I had never even heard of Dark Souls. Well, I guess no. Dark Souls 2 was my first Souls game because many years ago, when I was a young teenager, not a young teenager, like fucking 17 or 18. My best friend, my friend Jonathan Boulon, fantastic dude, at times. Sometimes he's a little evil, a little cursed. He knows it. He is at we're at our mutual friend's house, and he's like, hey, you wanna try this new game that I got? It's called Dark Souls 2. It's real good. It's real hard. And we made a character on it that looked like the Joker, using a mustache to make like a pink mustache to make like a shitty smiley face. And his torso was invisible because of a day one glitch. But that wasn't like a playthrough or anything. We played that game for like a day, and then I never touched it again. And then I went to a GameStop, and some guy told me about Bloodborne, and then I bought Bloodborne, and that was my first Souls game. And I played the fuck out of Bloodborne. I platinum Bloodborne. I never need to play Bloodborne again. I still have an encyclopedic knowledge of Bloodborne. I still know where everything is. I can't get it out of my brain. It hurts to think about. No hit the Orphan of Kos. Eat my shit and wipe my ass. I've done every build. In Bloodborne, that is, I don't know that I've done every build. Well, I guess I probably have done every build in Dark Souls by now. I've probably put about the same amount of time into Dark Souls 3 as I have in Bloodborne, but I really like the invasions in Dark Souls 3. Bloodborne PvP, I'm not as big a fan of because everyone always praises like Bloodborne's weapons. I think most of them are kind of meh, and then the ones that I don't think are meh get boring after a while. I don't like the Chikage that much, although I've used it plenty of times. The only weapon that I'd say I really like from Bloodborne is the Rider Palash. It's funny, we're watching it. Imagine clicking on a Dark Souls 3 video and just hearing my opinion on Bloodborne. But then, after I'd played Bloodborne for a little bit, Dark Souls 3 came out because that's how, linear time works. And that's just history, baby. But my friend Jonathan, the aforementioned one, went halvesies on me with me on Dark Souls 3, and we started playing it. And I was very bad at both Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 when I started both of them respectively. Fortunately, since I started with Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3 came pretty easy to me compared to like a noob to the Souls series. I feel bad for anyone who like started on Dark Souls 1, didn't play Bloodborne, and then came to Dark Souls 3 because the combat is really a lot more, I would say, fluid than Dark Souls 1 and 2's. There he is, Mago del Destino. That's son of a bitch, fucking piece of shit. Dude, get off it. I want to go fight Mago. You know what this is about. I'm here for Mago. Stop it. Stop it. I'm here for Mago. See that? And he probably thinks that I'm like looking for the host or something. A chub thub. Yeah, eat shit, you piece of shit wizard. I fucking hate you. And he knows that I hate him. Like, you can see him spamming L1 at me, reaction rolling all of my great sword swings. And there goes this guy going for the gank backstab. Come on, Chubb, I thought we were cool. I'll fight you after Mago. Of course I won't, because Mago and Chubb are going to gank me, and then I'm going to die. But look at, like, I guess 279 damage probably isn't that much, especially for a Moonlight Greatsword. But we're still level 60 over here. Like, I can't help but feel like I'm dealing excellent damage compared to my compatriots. Oh, getting shot. Never a panic roll. And then get shot by a Crystal Soul Spear. Bye, guys. Fucking assholes. Why are Eldritch Faithful the worst? A lot of rambling. Loading screens and such. So, yeah, let's I guess I don't have that much to say about Edex Duval. You can see he's using the Golden Wing Crest Shield. Because it's got a spell parry, and that's the only reason. I like medium shields. That one doesn't have very high stability. I wish it had higher stability. That would make it actually fucking worth using. But I'm pretty good with setup parries on a medium shield, provided that there's not like a fuck ton of lag or latency. And the spell parry is fun. Everyone's always like, it's so useless, but it's really fun to see like some wizard preparing to cast Crystal Soul Spear, like it's gonna ruin your day. And like, yeah, I could reaction roll it. It's not that hard, but you know what's even more fun is just like batting it away and then watching the wizard go like, wait, pew pew, no do damage. What do now? And then they just start like spam rolling away because you're now within hitting distance, and then you just gotta hit them, and that's all it takes. I kind of want to put the Crescent Sword, the Crescent Moon Sword, whatever the fuck it is, on Duval. So that way I can start roll catching on reaction. Because fucking roll spamming in this game is ridiculous. Also, that short little, like, I guess, Fight Club here that is too long. Sorry, I accidentally just got a loose strand of hair up stuck between my fingers. Had to fix it. What was I saying? Medium shield, spell parry. I don't use it very often. Equip load. It's just a little bit more beneficial to rock a small shield, and also I learned this recently. So there's two shields with spell parry, a small shield version and the medium shield version. That's the Spirit Wing Crest Shield, or Golden Wing. I don't know what it's called. The shield that you can see on Duval's back is the medium shield version, and then the Sacred Bloom shield is the small shield version. And small shields typically are better at parrying. They have more parry frames. But reportedly, and I've kind of seen this in its inability to parry, the small shield version still has medium shield parry frames, so it really, really is useless in every sense except for it weighs less, which is, I guess, nice if you really want to have spell parry and don't have a lot of room in your equip load. Level Vitality. So many people don't level Vitality. Well, I don't know how many people do or don't level Vitality. I didn't level Vitality for a very long time. I thought it was the useless stat. I would rather level Luck than Vitality for like my first couple playthroughs of this game, because at least that got me better drop rates, you know? But I've also always just kind of used like a straight sword or spells, because I'm not very inventive, and I think straight swords are cool. and it helps that they are fucking the most OP S tier weapon class this game's ever seen in its fucking life. It can do it all. It can roll catch. It can fucking outspace great swords. It's ridiculous. Talking about you, Goddards. So, yeah. Going forward, if you've made it 24 minutes into this video and are still listening to me ramble, first of all, I hope you're doing okay. That is not a sign of doing well that you would be willing to subject yourself to this. But I'm hopefully going to continue editing and posting YouTube videos because I've got thoughts about Dark Souls, and video games in general. And I really like Dark Souls 3 PvP. I know not a lot of people do. Everyone says that it's a step down from Dark Souls 2 PvP. And I can kind of see where they're coming from. It doesn't have the change-ups. It doesn't have the variety. But what it does have is the mind games. And, like, I didn't play Dark Souls 2, as previously mentioned. I mean, I have played Dark Souls 2 since then. I never did the PvP because Dark Souls 2 is a horrible, clunky game that does not feel good to play for me. I'm gonna go bully this host real quick because I've been in a bad mood after getting fucked by Mago del Destino 3 times in a row. But yeah, I like Dark Souls 3 PvP, so look forward to any videos, like future videos regarding, that there will be those in the future. And then probably some other stuff. I play a couple games that aren't Dark Souls. My roommate and I both really like Kingdom Come Deliverance, Poland Simulator TM. I don't know how I don't get... Oh, right, because I don't lock on, so he just rolls the other way. So I might make a couple of videos about Poland Simulator. I got thoughts about it. I think it is the best open world game to date. Or the game with the best open world to date. I'm sure that there are better games that have open worlds because, holy shit, Kingdom Come Deliverance is a piece of work. And sometimes me and my friends play Battlefield 1, little World War I simulator. It's always fun. Good job, Duval. You bullied a noob. How does it feel? You proud of your shackle? A little roll catch hell. I've got a few other builds that I'm probably going to make videos for as well. And then I'm going to probably try and make a lot of video essays about, like, kind of the state of this game and FromSoft games in general. Compare and contrast, like, the decisions made in Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro. Hopefully Elden Ring, if it ever comes out. Miyazaki, please. Feel free to never watch this video again. It's probably going to be trash. But if you have stuck it out this far, 28 and a half minutes, thank you. I'm going to go back and watch this and probably delete this entire recording. Update, I didn't delete it. So here's Duval and 2 of my other friends' characters. Hope you had a good time watching.